All right, we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, and we are going to look at, we're doing the gutter problem, and we have a of theta is equal to this. And so what's the next step in the problem? We finally have a function where we have one variable. So I'm going to have, what do I have to do? Derivative a prime of theta is equal to, what's the derivative of 70 cosine? Negative 70 sine. Good. Plus, yes, very good, product rule. What's the derivative of 49 cosine? Negative 49 sine times sine would be sine squared. Plus, what's the derivative of sine? Positive cosine, so I'll have 49 cosine squared theta. Well, this looks all good until I get the cosine squared at the end, right? So we got to figure out something about that. Right, but this is a negative 49. Question. Ten, 7, 7, right? 10, and then you got x and x. And we said that h was equal to 7 cosine of theta. That's what we solved for, right? And then we would say that x was equal to 7 sine of theta. So your base 2 was 10 plus 2 of those things. So 14 sine of theta, right? And so when we set up our problem, 1/2 times the height times the sum of the bases, b1 plus b2, that's 1/2 times the height, which is 7 cosine of theta, times what is base 1? 10 plus b2, 10 plus 14 sine of theta. So that gives me 20 plus 14 sine of theta. Okay, so we get back here, and Hannah is, or who said that it's 1? Hannah, way to go. Sine squared plus cosine squared is 1, but I have a negative here. So if I were to factor out negative 49, I get sine squared minus cosine squared, and that's not equal to 1. But I can use this piece which you just said, which is sine squared plus cosine squared is 1, to insert for cosine squared. What can I insert for cosine squared? Your trig teacher was great last year. I know him personally, and I know he taught you this, drilled it into your brain. Instead of cosine squared, I can write 1 minus sine squared. Thank you. Because sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. Just flip it around and you get that, right? Do you see it? Okay, so a prime of theta is equal to negative 70 sine minus 49 sine squared plus, I have to distribute the 49, I get 49 minus 49 sine squared of theta. Oh, I said a prime. It's not, we haven't taken a derivative. Oh, yeah, we did. We took the derivative, right? Yeah, we did. So I got a prime of theta is equal to, all right, so how many squareds do I have here? Okay, more than 2. Negative 9, negative 98. I'm combining these together. I have negative 98 sine squareds, right? Minus 70 sine of theta plus 49. We're going to set that thing equal to 0. Okay, it's equal to 0. Great. How do I solve it? I should factor, huh? What can you factor out? Close. Can't factor sine off 49. Because negative 49 sine squared and negative 49 sine squared make negative 98 sine squared. Yeah, let's take out a negative 7. We take out a negative 7. Negative 98 divided by negative 7 is 14 sine squared. And factor negative 7 out of negative 70, you get plus 10. And factor negative 7 out of 49, we get negative 7. I got nicer looking trinomial now. We already took the derivative. Unfortunately, this doesn't factor. So if it doesn't factor and you have a squared, what do you have to use? Quadratic formula. Instead of solving for x, what are we solving for? Sine of theta. So get your quadratic formula out, punch in 14, 10, and negative 7. So if you had 14x squared plus 10x minus 7, that would give you a solution for x, right? So we're just substituting, instead of x, we're substituting a sign. Same thing. No. It's called substitution. What do you get? 0.44? 0.44, and then you get a negative 1 as well, right? 1.5? What's the biggest that sign can be? What's the smallest it can be? So does the negative 1.15 come into play at all? Get rid of it. Back to some trig. What or where is sign positive? Which two quadrants? First and second. Second quadrant, all angles are between what? 90 and 180. Think about it. We're folding the side up of the gutter. What's the maximum we're going to fold it up? 90. So folding it past 90, is that going to make any sense? No. So we're just worried about the first quadrant. So how do we solve sine of theta is equal to 0.44? Inverse. Go ahead and inverse. What do you get? Ooh, you're in radians. Let's work in degrees. 26.1 degrees. Yeah. Negative 7. So we are basically done. Our question was, we have a trapezoidal shape from our gutter, and this side was 7, this side was 7, and this is 10, and we knew that this was theta. But we didn't want theta, we really want alpha. We found theta was 26.1 degrees. So therefore, what would be alpha? Minus 90, 63.9 degrees. Why do I like that problem so much? Why do I continue to cover it every year? Because it's multi-step, it's very involved, and you have to know algebra, you have to know geometry, you have to know trigonometry, you have to know calculus. It really goes over all the pieces that we've ever done in mathematics. Now, the nice thing is the problem in the book, I don't think you have to use a quadratic formula. I think it actually factors, which is really nice how it works out for you. So you don't have any new assignment today. You have the rest of the hour to work. And if you want to start looking at problem 10 and 11, well, you sure can. I did for the last hour. Anybody get 10 and 11 on their own? Okay.